Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is March 15th, Saturday. It's 10 a.m. If you see the live red button up in the left hand corner, then you're catching me on Facebook Live. So say hi and chat. If you don't see the live button, then you're just watching a replay. Type replay in the comments so that I know that you stopped by and you watched. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday. Let me make sure that I'm on the right page, in the right spot, that you can hear me. I'm not turned sideways. All the technology stuff. Give me just a second. Okay, there I am. I'm in the right spot. Fabulous Saturday. You can hear me. I'm not turned. Okay. And let me turn on comments and live chat. All right. So today we are making this beautiful butterflies card. It's a bridge card. So a couple of different layers to it. You can open it up, put a little message there, and then flip this up, put a little message back here. So really cool 3D dimensional card. This is using the beautiful Butterflies stamp and die set. I love this stamp and die set. This is in the mini catalog. I'll show you where to find it here in just a minute. I'm going to do a few housekeeping things. Get that out of the way so that we can get started. Okay, so again, not going to spend too much time on this because I talk about this every video. 3 levels of creativity. So we offer something for everyone. We have stuff for beginners with our step-by-step instruction kits. We have something for the intermediate with our quick and easy options, the mix and match section of our catalog. And then we also have anything for the advanced card maker, scrapbooker, the anything goes, pretty much majority of our catalog, creativity your way. And the catalog does split that into the 3 different areas. Sorry, I'm a little cockeyed. I'm gonna try to fix that. So if you ever need help finding anything in the catalog, just reach out, send me a Facebook message, let me know, and I'm here to help. That's my job. That's why I'm here. So I think I'm good. Speaking about our beginners and our step-by-step instruction kits, if you guys have watched at all, I love our kits. You know that. The brown kits can be found at stampinup.com. These are the kits that come out 2 every month. So they come in the brown box. This just happens to be one of the old light the candle birthday ones that I grabbed. They have, like I said, step-by-step instructions. Usually they're cards, sometimes they're projects. I mean, we've had all sorts of things. So, and I've done a Facebook Live on our kits. Facebook Live has let us know that they're going to start deleting our videos after 30 days. So you won't be able to come to my Facebook page anymore and watch those videos. I've created a YouTube channel. It's called Creating Cards from the Heart. I have posted a link or 2 a couple of times. So I'll try to repost one maybe later today. And hopefully you can just go back and find that link, go over to my YouTube channel, save that link somewhere. That way you can go to my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, you can actually search. So that's kind of a nice feature that you can't do on Facebook Live. These are our paper pumpkin. These are our monthly subscription kits. These used to be at paperpumpkin.com. March 11th, so just a few days ago, they moved these to www.stampinup.com. Now we have everything in a one-stop shop. So I love that. I even posted a video, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, how you can pull your subscription over. It's very easy. So again, if you need help with that, let me know. But this one, let's see, this was a birthday one as well. These were just on my top 2 that I grabbed. And again, step-by-step instructions. When they're cards, they are usually 3 different styles of cards and 3 cards of each style. Not always, but most of the time. Speaking of Paper Pumpkin, this is the Paper Pumpkin kit that just ended. It should be on its way to my house as we speak. So you had to be subscribed by March 10th. And when we get these, they come to us and they are a surprise. We haven't been able to see everything that's in the kit. We see sneak peeks, but that's it. So this one I know is going to be a really cool daisy floral spring. It's got some bees, some honeycomb stuff. So I'm excited. I can't wait to get that one. Maybe I will do, maybe next week's Facebook Live, I should have it. I might just put together this kit. What do you guys think? Let me know, yes or no. Do you guys like to see the kits? Do you not? I love the kits. The new, like I said, we get sneak peeks. I'm very excited about the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkins. I think they've done an amazing job. This is called Inked Occasions. We actually had a stamp set called Inked something. I can't remember. It's been a little while, maybe a year since we've had it. I loved the stamp set. So I hope that this is going to be a play off of that. By the looks of the box, it looks like it. And this one you have to be subscribed before April 10th to get it. This next one is called Mountain Majesties. Kind of looks more of a manly one, but that's okay because you're going to get it the middle of May. So it's going to make perfect Father's Day cards that you can give out in June. Or manly happy birthday cards. You know how I like to change it up. I don't ever put the kits together just like they say, but you know, I try. This one is going to be gorgeous. This is called Full of Charm, and you have to be subscribed before June 10th. And this looks like a watercolor floral. So I think the next 3 months they've outdone themselves, and they're going to be beautiful. So if you've ever thought about subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, this is the time, because I think the next 3 kits are going to be great. They are $25 a month. They are all inclusive. They come with a block, an ink, your adhesive, everything you need to make whatever those 3 cards are. Step-by-step instructions. Here is an add-on die set that you can buy. This is what we're going to use in the May. This is the June. And then this is the April. So, again, you can find all of that at www.stampinup.com. I was trying to see if I could find the supply number for the dies, but I don't see it, and I usually write it on here, so I missed it. I'll have to go back and look. But they are on, if you go to the website, you can find it under what's new, I'm sure, or under the Paper Pumpkin probably. Okay, so currently right now, just a reminder, of course, you can go to online and shop. Everything is there. You will see things, online exclusives that are only available online. They never come out in catalog. And sometimes, guys, those online exclusives are beautiful. They're the best that you can get. Sometimes I like them better than what's in our catalogs. So don't miss out on the online exclusives. Right now you can order from online. This is the current scrapbooking brochure. There are 4 or 5 different scrapbooking kits. Can't remember. I want to say 4. But some cute stuff in there if you guys like to scrapbook. This is our current mini catalog. This goes until May 5th, actually, so it's the whole month of April. I know it says to April 2025, but yeah, May 5th is the date on there. Today's card, we're actually going to be using some of the papers. We're going to be using this Floral and Gingham Vellum Specialty Designer paper. This is some really pretty paper. This is out of the Floral Delight Suite. And then we're actually going to be using the Beautiful Bundles Butterfly, or beautiful part of the Beautiful Bokeh Suite. This is on page 39. So the paper was on page 35, and the stamp and the die set and the embossing folder is on page 39. I was trying to find something springy. This is our current annual catalog. If anybody, if any of my team is on here or watching the replay, you guys know that everybody's in Raleigh, North Carolina right now at On Stage. I've been watching all the sneak peeks. I just posted a sneak peek photo of the 5 new in colors coming out. So I've kind of been watching and staying tuned and keeping up. I've seen some samples. I'll try to post some samples and stuff maybe later on today. Today is a working Saturday for me. I've got to put my scrapbooking class and my card class together for the month of April. So I will probably be working all weekend this weekend. So maybe I can post some photos as I see them come across. But this catalog again ends April 30th. So our new one starts May. I will actually be able to see the online version of it on the 17th. I think Monday. So I'm excited. I'm ready for new product. I've used most of the stuff out of the mini catalog that I've got. There's a couple of things that I haven't used yet that I need to for Easter, for April. And I do, like I said, I need to work on that stuff today. So, of course, we still have a little bit of the last chance products that are online for discounted prices. So don't forget, again, best place to go is the Stampin' Up website, www.stampinup.com, because you can see everything there. All right, let's get to crafting. Let's get to today's card and the real reason why you guys are here. Let me put all this stuff away. Bear with me a second. Okay. And again, I have the sniffles. I am sorry. You guys know I almost shake this and then I get something else. And I have been so diligent about taking my allergy Claritin. I don't know what my deal is. My grandchildren live with me and they give me cooties. I love my grandkids, but I'm done being sick. I feel like I've been sick since like Thanksgiving. I don't know when it was, but it feels like. Okay, so this Floral and Gingham Designer Series paper. This is item 164713. And again, Floral and Gingham Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. On our specialty paper, there's not much that comes in a pack. So 6 pieces come in this pack of paper. There's 2 of each. One of them is a blue, a pool party gingham. And again, this is see-through. This is a vellum paper. This one is a print off of the Delightful Wishes floral designer stamp set. Love this. This actually coordinates with, and again, all of this is see-through. So you guys can see through that. when you layer it on something, it pulls the color from the layer underneath it. And then here's one again that's got the very pretty Delightful Wishes print on it, the stamp set. And the dies do cut out some of the floral design from this. So again, you get 2 pieces of each, so there's a total of 6 pieces in that paper pack. You use it kind of sparingly. Anybody who gets a card with this paper knows that they are special. Sometimes as a crafter, we don't like to give up our beautiful paper. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of Pool Party. This is just a 8.5 by 11 piece of our cardstock. And we are going to do the normal score in half, cut in half. So this is on the 8.5 side, so we're going to go 4 1/4. And I'm going to score, so I'm going to use my light gray blade. And then I'm going to flip this over at the 11-inch side and do half, which is 5 1/2. And I'm going to use my dark gray and cut. So yes, I have 2 blades on my trimmer. This is the cutting blade, this is the scoring blade. And I know that confuses some people. You can have 2 trimmers, 1 with each. You can just use our scoring board. We have a scoring board, but I really prefer this way. And just a tip, a trick, whenever you're folding your cardstock, to get it nice and straight, if you take one of these edges and you butt it up, there's kind of a little lift, a lip on this. You can butt it up to this, fold this over where you scored, and just butt that up, and then bring it back and fold. You're gonna get a perfect fold each time. There's not gonna be any overhang on the back. Sometimes when you score, even when you score, you get a little weird fold. So that's one way of preventing that. Just kind of a tip, heads up. Take your bone folder, burnish that, fold it down real well. I guess you could see that over there. Okay. I'm gonna bring back in my trimmer, and we are going to, I'm gonna unfold it, I'm gonna lay it flat again, and I'm gonna take this to the 1-inch mark. I'm using the measurements on this side. I'm gonna take my cutting blade, and I'm just gonna cut all the way up to this score line. And on your cutting blade, there is a little mark, and that tells you where your cutter is on this side. That's a nice little tip as well. And then I'm gonna come over to this side, and I'm gonna use the 1-inch on this side. And again, I'm just going to come down and cut up to that score line. Okay, now I will have to say sometimes you don't get it exact, so I'm going to take my paper snips. I was being cautious, and I'm just going to finish that little cut. Okay. So now we have, I'm going to burnish it again just so that I can lay it flat. That is the main base of our card. That's how you make a bridge card. A bridge card just means that these 2 pieces somehow bridge together, they tie together, which our butterfly is going to do that for us. So when you open it, it stays together. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of, let me grab my scraps. This is just a scrap piece, and this is the Daffodil Delight. I always want to say Lemon Lolly, and that's not right. So Daffodil Delight. And we're going to use the embossing folder, Beautiful Butterflies. This is a hybrid embossing folder, which means you can put your die in this folder. It fits on top of this butterfly, and you can emboss and cut at the same time. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to pull this out of the way because we don't need that. What I am going to do, though, now I don't know if you can see on this card, this part and this part. So I'm not doing, that might help you. I'm not doing this big butterfly in the middle. What I'm wanting to get are these little butterflies on the side, on this side and on this side. So I'm going to strategically place my, you know what I might actually want to do? Let me cut this paper first. So this needs to be cut. Let's do that first. I think that might be easier. This piece needs to be cut by 7/8 wide, 4 1/8 long. So let me go 4 1/8. So if you guys know the trimmers, there's all these little marks, all the little bitty marks between the 4 and the 5 are 16ths. All the middle size marks are 8ths. And then the longer ones are your 1/4, your 1/2, your 3/4, and then your, you know, your full inch. So 1/8 would be the first, what I'm going to say, middle size, medium size mark. I'm just going to cut my paper with that. That was just a piece of scratch paper. And then I need 7/8 wide. So 8/8 is the full 1 inch. So 7/8 is just going to be the 1/8 that is below the 1. So it's not going to be the little mark because that's the 16th. It's going to be the middle size mark. I know you guys love it when I use these 8ths and these 16ths. Sorry. There's a reason for that. We need 2 of these pieces. So again, 7/8. The reason for that is because I love the print, the designer series paper, the embossing. I don't mind covering up a lot of my base cardstock, this pool party. I just want a little bit of that peeking through, and if you use 8ths, you get that. If you use 4ths, which is an easier measurement, you have a lot of the cardstock, your base cardstock, peeking through, and it doesn't allow enough room for the other pretty paper to show off. So there is a reason to my madness. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this floral paper out. So let me grab my, I've got some scraps because, you know, let's see. Where is my, this is the print that I'm going to be using for this back piece back here. And this measures 3 3/8. So let me see if this is the right piece. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay. I'd already cut some off from this last card that I made. So 3 3/8 wide. And again, it's the 8ths, not the 16ths, so not the small little ones, but the 8ths, the medium-sized ones, and it's 1, 2, 3. So it's the medium-sized one that's right underneath the 1/2. Hopefully that helps you guys. By 4 1/8. So 4 and just the first. So this piece is going to fit right here. And see, it just lets a teeny bit of that pool party cardstock come through. just enough. And then these are going to go on each side. But we're going to emboss these first. Okay. Trying not to sniffle. I'm sorry. Pull in my, again, I have the old Sizzix machine that Stampin' Up! Sold years ago. I like it. I need to get the new one. This one is kind of stretched out, but I think, so this is a 3D embossing folder. It's a deep embossing folder. So what we're going to do, again, I just want these little butterflies over here. And these little butterflies over here. Let's see. And you can do it how you want. I'm just trying to get, there's 3 butterflies right here, and I want a piece of each of them. And then there's 3 right here. Put my clear plate over it and run it through. And if you guys have never dry embossed, that's what this is called. Let me show you what this does. I think you'll be able to see it. But this indents your paper on the back, and so it makes it pop up on the top. So you get a raised image. Yeah, you can see that. It's so pretty. That's dry embossing. This right here is a game changer. This will take your cards to the next level. I highly suggest dry embossing. I'm going to go ahead and do some die cutting while I have my machine out. So I'm going to go back to my other plates. And in this stamp set, Beautiful Butterflies, the dies are gorgeous. There's a lot of dies. So this die right here is what actually makes your butterfly card. Like, you can do a card in the shape of a butterfly. There's a couple little butterflies on here. This right here fits inside of this. A couple little bodies, a couple of little tags for your sentiments, border cuts, I guess. And then these 2 dies right here. So it has a lot of dies. And then a big body for the butterfly. So we're actually going to use several of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull them out. I just have these on magnetic sheets. I buy the magnetic vent covers from Home Depot, Lowe's. You get 3 long pieces in there, and you can get 3 each from each piece. So you can get 3 of these. So if there's 3 of them in there, you can get 9 of these out of that. And I want to say they're $7, $8 a piece, so less than $1 a piece. If you look online, these magnetic sheets, they're quite expensive sometimes. So anyway, just another little tip, little money saver. Okay. So let's go ahead and get our, remember we had this saved over from when we cut our piece of Pool Party in half just a little bit ago. So I'm actually going to fold this and pretend like I'm making a card. And then we're going to take this big die, and on this die are these little I think you can see it, but these little marks right here, and they're on both sides. That is where you put the fold of your card. So when I go to line this up, yeah, you can kind of see it there. I'm kind of watching myself on video. When you go to line this up, you put that little slit, maybe if I bring it up closer, on the edge of your card base. So, and then you run it through that way. So let me line this up real quick. I'm going to put that on that edge and that on that edge. And I'm going to put my clear plate down and try not to move that. Easier said than done sometimes, but I think I did a good job. Okay. This is just my shim because my machine is kind of stretched out because I use those 3D embossing folders on it. So when you run that through, be careful when you're popping it out. And sometimes this part right here does not cut through all the way on both by his little antennas. So I'm going to have to, I'm going to cut this off. Let me take my little paper snips. I'm just going to do a rough cut. I just want to get that piece of paper off. And then I'm going to run it back through. And when you put it back in there, it will fit back into those grooves. You can tell when you have it, it doesn't move. Like it fits back into those grooves. So just put it back down in your die machine. And your other, like the newer machine, you may not have to do this. But this is what I have to do on mine because mine is old and it's stretched out. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I'm just going to send that through again. And then it'll pop out. Okay. So see, you have a card, an actual butterfly card. And we're just going to take our paper snips, and we'll cut that off here in a second. But let me finish doing our die cutting while I have my machine out. Okay. So again, we're going to take some more Pool Party. So now I'm going to go in and I'm reaching in for a scrap. Just some extra, and I'm going to cut using this die from this scratch piece. I can't believe you guys aren't on here. It must be too early. You guys must either be sleeping in and having a good Saturday off, or already out and about doing stuff. Because you know what? Or maybe all of my team is busy looking at on-stage stuff. That's what I've been doing. So that gives me that one. That's our base piece. I just did that wrong. Whoopsies. I cut the wrong one. Okay, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Let me go back. Beep, beep. Pretend like you didn't see that. I'll have to get another piece of Pool Party. Okay, this die cuts out this piece. And this again is just a scratch piece of that vellum. I had the wrong die doing the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was talking about on stage. All of our demonstrators that wanted to or could afford to, that one cuts out that one, is in Raleigh, North Carolina today at On Stage. They've been there for the last 3 days. It's our yearly convention. And they've been showing all the sneak peeks and everything because, you know, they're getting to look at the new catalog that comes out. And so, some lucky ducks. And all, they've been playing with new product. Yeah, there's tons of demonstrators there. I'm just trying to find a scratch piece. This will work. Of the, again, Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to use this one for this. Let's go this way. Anyway, I've been trying to... I've been stalking them on Facebook and watching all their posts so that I can see all the new stuff. I'm jealous that they're there and I'm here. But anyway. I could not take time off of work, or did I really have the money to go all the way up to North Carolina, so it didn't pan out for me, but that's okay. I'll be able to see the new catalog. I want to say it's Monday. Okay, so this one, just be leery. It cuts out a gajillion little pieces. They're going to go everywhere. Let me grab this delicate butterfly out of there. And there's a whole bunch of pieces that are left. You just take your little pokey tool and pop those out. Because you don't want those in your die when you go back to run it through again. Because the more paper that you have sticking in there, it doesn't cut as well. You don't get a good cut. So you want to make sure that you clean out your die. And it's not that hard to do. And I will say another tip. Man, this video is just full of tips. The reason why I have this, some people have asked, this little dryer sheet as part of my shim. When you actually lay this on top, that dryer sheet will catch a lot of those little bits and pieces, and you won't have to sit here with your pokey tool and poke them out. So, okay. That's a reason why I have that as part of my shim. But this die right here is not too bad. There's been others that have been way worse. I'll clean out that die here in a little bit. Okay, back to my pool party where I messed up, so now let me get another piece of scratch. Hang on to your scratch pieces. Ooh, I don't have any big enough. Oh yeah, I do. Here's one. Well, it's not really a scratch. Okay, I need to cut this down. One moment, please. Let me just cut this in half. Okay. And now, pull this back in and grab bear with me one moment. Where did I put my big, oh, right there. Sure. Okay. Now I don't want to do the card. I just want this butterfly. So this is not folded. It's not going to give me a butterfly card. It's just going to give me one single layer. Put my clear plate, put my little shim, and run it through. Okay, is that all the die cutting? Nope, not yet. Almost. There's lots of die cutting. I'm just going to tear that off, and then I will go back and I will cut that off with scissors. So, no biggie. Okay, I need to do the body. Lots of little die cutting. Sorry. I'll pull back in my little scratch piece. And put that in. One last die cut. I think we're done. Then we can start putting our card together. It's 10:40, so we're doing good on time. I always try to keep these at an hour. The last couple of them, last week's, whoo, boy howdy, that Facebook Live. I took you guys on a trip. I lost my measurement and it made me all frazzled. We went around the city and back. It was kind of cray-cray. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm going to pull this back in. I'm going to take my cutter, the right side up, and I'm just going to put this on here. I'm going to line this in my trimmer so that I can cut off. It might actually have been able to be easier to do this with scissors, but let's see. There we go. Just going to trim off that top. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to round these little corners and not make them so harsh. I want them kind of rounded and not squared off. And this is just me being persnickety because no one else is going to look. And then this is our actual card part. And again, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to trim this little piece off. And I can see that I got some, there we go. Not sure how I got some little edging. Makes me wonder if I didn't have my die lined up 100% whenever I sent it back through that second time. But that's okay, because I can just easily go in here and do a little bit of trimming. You don't normally have to do that part. I think we're good though. Okay. And this actually, you guys, don't get mad at me. We're going to do a little surgery. I left them on when I first made the card and I didn't like them. So it's up to you. You can do it however you want. Again, I'm just rounding these corners, just making it to where it's not so squared off. Okay, I'm cutting off his antennas. And you'll see why here in a little bit. And you don't have to do that part, but I chose to do that part. And this part right here is driving me crazy. So I'm gonna, bear with me a second. There's these little straggler pieces. And again, this just happened when I was running it through the die cut the second time. There we go. I have antennas all over my clothes. Okay. Get all of that junk out of the way. Okay, so we have one piece like this and one piece like this. We're going to take our folded piece. I'm still getting little pieces off of that. Goodness. Are we done? I think, okay. Goodness. All right. Back to what I was saying. So we are going to do the Time to Celebrate stamp on this part, and you can do this a gajillion different ways, so completely up to you. I'm going to use the Early Espresso. I already have that stamp on a block. These are the clear photopolymer stamps, so it's very easy to line up. And I kind of like to, I stamp best when I am looking over and not sitting down. So let me get in here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you kind of want to try to do it. Hold it down for 5 seconds. I was just trying to get the middle of the butterfly lined up right here. That's how I was lining it up. So I'm going to do Time to Celebrate. This would make a fabulous Mother's Day card. This would make a fabulous birthday card. So I thought, do Time to Celebrate. See, on my one that I already had made, there's little stragglers. And then when you flip it up, you can put Happy Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, whatever you want to do on the inside. So this is multifunctional. And the reason why, and again, this is me being persnickety, the reason why I cut off this poor guy's antennas is because when you layer this all together, his antennas come up. And it looked funny having a set of antennas here and a set of antennas up here. So you be the judge of how you want to do your card, and I will keep my mouth shut and not say a word. Because to each their own. I'm going to take my adhesive. This is just my tape runner. You can use, we offer tons of adhesive. So if you want to use the Stampin' Up! Seal, this is great. The Tombow Mono Multi-Liquid Glue, if you like wet glue, is great. So whatever floats your boat. I scrapbook a lot. And so I have this huge ATG gun because I go through adhesive like no other. I'm gonna stick this right here. And again, this is why I go back to the 8ths, because to me, I don't want a whole bunch of this Pool Party, this bluish green base sticking out. I just want a little bitty border all the way around. And if you do force, then you have a bigger green, bluish green Pool Party showing. I want to, because not only does it give you more room for that back piece to come through, it makes this piece right here smaller. I want this to be the beautiful focal part. So again, we're just putting this on here, trying to get an equal size border all the way around. It's easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Then we're going to take our piece of pattern paper. And I actually, with vellum, you have to be a little bit particular on what adhesive you use because it's going to show. So when you use tape runner, it's going to show a line of tape. So what I like to do is take our glue dots. Let me grab them. They're over here somewhere. I've seen them a gajillion different times, and I'm sure I've buried them. Yep, I have. There they are. These are actually some glue dots that came out of our paper pumpkin. These are a little bit thinner. Our actual glue dots that are in the catalog are a little bit thicker. So up to you. Each, whatever will work. But I just like to take these and stick them up in the corners. And then you can see this adhesive a little bit, but not too bad, especially when it's on printed vellum. So these little flowers kind of, people see the flowers and not the adhesive, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So now I'm just going to take these backs off. Come on. All right. I'm going to lay this down again, just a little bitty 1/8 of an inch border sticking through. And then we're going to take the actual butterfly part that we stamped on, so the actual card, the one that opens and closes, and we're going to come in here with the green capped Tombow glue. I have mine in a little precision bottle because this glue is, it's kind of messy. I'm not a huge fan of wet glue because you get all sticky. Me and it don't work well together. We don't jive. So I'm taking note I want to put my adhesive just where the yellow is. So like right here on this wing, right here on this wing, and then just a little bit down here on this. Because when you want it to open, you don't want your wings to be opening. You want that to be separate. So you just want your wings attached to these two little flaps. So be careful, be mindful, is what I'm saying, of where you're putting your glue. So again, I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to put a little glue right up here on each side of the wing. And you don't need much of this wet glue, because once it dries, you're good. And nothing's going anywhere. And then I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to get this out of the way. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to line this up. And if you want, you could take, I'm going to kind of move this up to the top. I'm going to just take my clear block and I'm going to lay that on top of it. I'm going to put some weight on top of it. I'm going to let that sit. And then we can work on this part. So on this part, I'm going to build from the top down, just because to me, it's easier. I didn't even need to cut that piece. What was I thinking? I just needed this. So I need that pool party butterfly and then these two pieces. You don't even have to cut that. I don't know what I was thinking. Again, not trying to make excuses, but you know, I made this card last Tuesday so that I could post it on Wednesday so that you guys could see it. So it's been a couple of days. I'm going to cut these antennas off too. I know. Shauna, I can't believe you're killing the butterfly. I'm sorry. And that actually, let's go. I'm going to round this a little bit. Just so I don't have a square edge there. Want it more rounded. Come on. Come on, little piece. Come off. You're not really, this again is me being persnickety because you're not going to see this. Okay. But again, because I'm layering it like this guy's antennas, he is my actual butterfly, the yellow guy. So, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take my green tipped glue, my green topped glue, the Tombow Mono adhesive. Where are my tweezers? Pick this up. I really need my little silicone sheet. I'm going to layer him together. This silicone sheet, this is great for when, like if I got glue, which I did, on the top part of his head and I shouldn't have, and the bottom part of his body, when you do it on this, it doesn't stick to this. It comes right off. So you don't have to worry about, like if I was doing it on paper and I put that down and I was smushing it together, then it would be glued to my paper. Then I would have a huge mess. So we're going to take that, and then we're going to layer this one. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this guy's wings. And I'm going to take this guy and fold his wings. Just going to bend them. Not folding it and putting a crisp mark in it, but I'm giving it some depth. And I'm going to layer him on top. Again, just trying to let a little bit of this border of the vellum show through. So, again, take my little glue. A little bit goes a long way. And I happen to be heavy-handed, when it comes to the glue. And that's the reason why me and the wet glue don't get along. So I'm just gonna hold this for about, you know, 30 seconds maybe. Get it on there. I love this, the yellow and the paper. I want to say they're marigolds. I don't know. I don't know my flowers, guys, so I could be totally wrong. I probably am. But it's so springy to me, the white and the yellow and the little soft green. Okay, so now this should be good and dry. And I'm going to come over here. And the main thing that you want to do when you lay this down, you want to make sure that the part of his body is really lined up with this blue pool party part of his body. You want to make sure that those two antennas are really coming out right here on this little thing and this little thing. Where these kind of come in, that's where his antenna should be going out. So when you go to line this guy up, be very mindful, because I'll show you why. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because Shauna did not do it right the first time. And again, no one will probably ever notice but the card maker. But every time I look at my other card, I notice. So make sure when you go in here and put him down, that the bottom part of his body is lined up and those antennas are lined up. And again, we're just gonna smush that down for a couple of seconds. 10:57, we're almost done, guys. We're right on time. Okay, see this guy? See how his body is a little over to the right? Every time I look at this, he needs to be, I try to scoot him because that antenna is a little bit over and this one's too far over. So again, not that anybody else is going to notice. Whoever gets this card is going to be like, oh wow, that's a beautiful card. This is me being persnickety, okay? But you can tell the difference. Don't tell me you can't, now that I've pointed it out to you. Anyway, that's our card. And like I said, you can go back in. The pool party is soft enough. You don't have to put a white liner in here, but if you do, you could. You could even put some pretty, some more of the vellum, the designer series paper over here, and make it really pretty inside. Dress it up however you want, but you could put Happy Mother's Day, you could put Happy Birthday, because all this says is time to celebrate. So that's your card for today. I appreciate you guys coming and joining me. I thought more of you guys would be on and we could sit here and chat about the on stage that's going on in Raleigh, North Carolina and all the sneak peeks. I did post a photo of the 5 new in colors. We've had strawberry slush before. I'm going to try to go and pull out any old strawberry slush ribbon that I might have and some paper, because I'm sure I had some and I keep all of that. So I'll try to go and find all of that and pull it out so I can use it again. That's always fun. But maybe over the weekend I'll show you some sneak peeks of some stuff that they're seeing at North Carolina at On Stage. So keep the lookout going. Hope you guys have a fabulous weekend and a fabulous week. Take care and we'll see you next weekend. Again, I think I'll be doing the new paper pumpkin kit because it'll be nice and springy. And it's March. It's springtime. I don't care what the weather's doing out there. So, you guys take care. Have a great week. See you next weekend. Bye-bye.